Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Emily Scarlett. First at 6, a Columbia man's body was recovered from a creek in Charleston County this morning. Officials say 19-year-old Jack Fleischer died as a result of drowning. Deputies conducted a search late Friday night on Johns Island for a male who reportedly jumped off a dock into Bohicket Creek. Turning to weather now, our first alert weather team is tracking a couple of storms and showers in and around the Midlands. And we're also keeping an eye on some storms brewing in the Atlantic. Meteorologist Kevin Arnone is in the First Alert Weather Center with details. A cloudy Saturday, Kevin.
Yeah, very cloudy out there. That's what kept our temperatures a little bit on the cooler side. We only really made it into the 80s today, and it's going to continue to hang around to the 80s as we go through really the next couple of days. So some much cooler weather. I do want to show you the First Alert radar here, and you can see, yeah, Columbia dry right now, but look at the showers that are starting to develop along that front that did bring us the cooler weather. And you can see some showers and thunderstorms starting to move up towards southern Lexington County over Gaston, Swansea area, and continue over to St. Matthews as well as in Cameron, moving towards Orangeburg. All of this weather action is moving down to the south and to the west, and it's going to continue to move away from the Midlands as we go really through the next couple of hours. So as far as the heavy rain in parts of Columbia, that is already down to our south along this front. That's going to continue to move down to the south, which means we're going to be stuck with this cooler weather the next couple of days. I'm sure a lot of people at home will be happy about that. Futurecast does show those rain showers and thunderstorms to continue to track towards the south as we go through the evening hours. Then by 9, 10 o'clock, it's going to be in Georgia, and we're going to be dry through the overnight hours tonight. But the humidity staying high through tonight, but tomorrow it starts to lower, and that's going to continue to lower through Monday and Tuesday. Wait till you see the First Alert 7-day forecast. Next couple of days looking great. Right now, though, 83, Columbia 85 in Lexington. Still feeling like the upper 80s to around 90 degrees. But again, as we go through the evening, we'll start to dry things out. Temperatures will eventually fall down tonight into the 60s by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. When I come back, we're going to talk about the two systems in the tropics that we are watching, as well as a cooler First Alert 7-day forecast coming up. Emily, over to you.
Lower humidity, I'll take it. Thanks, Kevin. And remember, you can keep an eye on the storm and weather in and around your area. Just download the WIS weather app. It's free in your app store. New at 6, hundreds of Jeeps on display this evening at the historic Columbia Speedway. But this isn't your regular car show. It's all to put a smile on one little boy's face while helping a greater cause. We first told you about 9-year-old Landon Derrick yesterday. He was diagnosed with brainstem glioma back in 2015. He and his family are using his love for Jeeps to raise money for childhood cancer research. Jenna Cisneros joins us live from the historic Columbia Speedway, where Landon's Jeep Jamboree is taking place. Jenna?
Emily, what a sight to see. People from all across the country are here in support of this Jeep Jamboree, and the idea stemmed from a Facebook post that gained so much attention that 650 Jeeps are here right now, all in support of childhood cancer. Like most 9-year-olds, Landon Derrick doesn't let anything hold him back. While everyone has their ups and downs, the downs Landon has faced can be hard to overcome.
In 2015, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. We were basically told that there was really no option other than surgery. Chemo and radiation really wouldn't work for his type of tumor.
After back-to-back brain surgeries, the tumor was removed.
But with the brainstem, it damaged a lot of the cranial nerves, and so he has a hole left where the third and fourth ventricle of the brainstem are.
Now in remission, Landon has fought for the things most of us take for granted.
They told us he wouldn't walk again, and he does. So
I taught myself.
You did teach yourself.
Despite the odds, Landon and his family teamed up with the nonprofit organization Curing Kids Cancer to host a Jeep convoy to fundraise money for childhood cancer research.
Mom and Dad told me, do you want the money that we're all raising for ourselves, or do you want to give it to Curing Kids Cancer to help them and save a lot more lives? And I said, I'd rather give all the money that we're raising to Curing Kids Cancer to save other kids' lives.
I was so touched that Landon wanted to do this because it's really going to make a difference for other children with brain tumors.
With a big heart, his love for Jeeps, and support from thousands of people nationwide.
I'm from Dyersburg, Tennessee.
I'm from Myrtle Beach.
I came all the way from south of Houston.
I'm from Alaska. Bringing love to Landon.
All in support of Landon, knowing he'll keep fighting.
See what happens next.
Yeah, we'll see what happens next.
And the event goes on tonight until 9 o'clock. So it's not too late to come out and check out some of these Jeeps. Now, I was just told that they raised $10,000 all in support for fighting childhood cancer. So definitely going to a great cause. But coming up tonight at 11 o'clock, hear from why people came out all the way from Alaska, all in support to help Landon's dreams. Live in Columbia, Jenna Cisneros, WIS News 10.
Such a great cause. Thanks, Jenna. All the money raised tomorrow will go to a nonprofit called Curing Kids Cancer. It's raised more than $12 million since it was founded in 2005. A marker unveiling for the McCord House, a historic home built by slaves from Langside Plantation in 1849. During the Civil War, the home was headquarters of General O.O. Howard, who was second in command to General William T. Sherman and later headed the Freedmen's Bureau for Emancipated Slaves. Members of the United Family, descendants of the enslaved people who built the home, are celebrating their biennial reunion with the installation of this marker to help recognize the significant roles of enslaved African Americans in South Carolina.
A feeling of gratefulness came over me, knowing that under the circumstances, of course, in which they lived, as enslaved people, that they still went about with dignity, creating this structure, and that this structure still stands based upon their craftsmanship, their workmanship, and their dedication. And so a feeling of just a gratefulness, the fact that they contributed to this, and yet I'm descendants and still here to see this is really a blessing.
The McCord House is currently owned by Governor Henry McMaster. A South Carolina county is struggling to find enough dispatchers to take 911 emergency calls. Spartanburg County Director of Communications Mike Flynn says he rarely has all the operators he needs. Flynn says there are currently 12 jobs open. He says he has to ask full-time employees to work overtime and use firefighters and others to fill in part-time. He says answering 911 calls is demanding and takes 3 to 5 months of training. Some people finish the training and quit weeks into the job because it's so stressful. Authorities say a man who jumped from an interstate bridge survived because police parked tractor trailers under it. Greenville County deputies say someone called 911 around 9:30 a.m. about a man threatening to leap off the U.S. Highway 25 bridge over Interstate 85 in Greenville. The man was not injured. He was taken to the county jail and charged with public disorderly conduct and pedestrian in the roadway. I-85 South was closed for more than an hour because of the incident. Still ahead on your news at 6, hundreds of demonstrators filled the Chicago freeway this afternoon, what they're demanding from the city to help end gun violence.
All right, a couple showers and storms out there right now, but we have two systems in the tropics that we need to watch. We'll have the latest on where they're headed coming up.